Hello?
Hello, Victor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, everything's good.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we are here to talk about one of the biggest shows under 90 kilo in the world, held in Norway this year, Stavtjørn Invitational. Uh, it's held the last weekend of May, and just make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because it will be live streamed both days for free on my YouTube. The competition has 25 competitors representing 7 different countries. It's 9 events. The prize purse is about 3,000 American dollars, and it's also a qualifier for official strongman games, which is like the world's strongest man for under 90. And today, I have, in my opinion, one of the biggest favorites for the competition, Viktor Lingmann. Welcome.
Thank you.
Uh, Yeah, so you're representing Sweden, right?
Yeah,
And are currently Sweden's strongest man under 90.
yes. And second strongest under 105.
Yeah, that's cool. So, but you're still pretty young. Like, when are you born? Like, how old are you?
2000, so I'm 22.
Yeah, you're 22. Okay, so when I looked through your profile and strength results, it said you started like competing in 2018,
Yeah,
and
when
you're,
I was 19, I think.
yeah,
19 or 18.
and uh, yeah, from your profile there, it said you had like 22 competitions in your first 24, no, first 4 years. So that's like one competition every second month. So you have quite a lot of experience. But tell me a bit about your lifting experience in general. Like, when did you start lifting weights, and when did you get into strongman?
I started lifting weights and got into strongman at the same time, basically. Around when I was 17 years old, I started taking it more serious. I've been lifting from when I was like 14, but didn't take
Okay.
it seriously until like 17. When I found strongman basically on YouTube, um, and then as soon as I thought I was strong enough and ready, I tried to compete in Sweden's Strongest Man under 90. A qualifier competition was my first competition,
Mhm.
and I think I came sixth or seventh in the qualifier. Um, yeah, and then I've been competing ever since. Just gotten better.
Yeah, that's cool. I really do like when I look at your profile that you've done so many competitions so early, because I'm sure that's one of the best way to get good at this.
Yeah.
So what would you say were your like motivation? You said you looked at it on YouTube. Would that be looking into like Johannes Orhua from Sweden, or did you look into
Yeah.
like weight category strongman or
Uh, no, at first was the heavyweights, world's strongest man and Sweden's strongest man. Uh, but then, since I'm a smaller guy, I got more into the weight categories as well. So I was also watching like the official strongman games, Europe's strongest man for the weight classes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So what would you say, like so far, what would you say is like your best competition results? Would that be the two last, like the Sweden strongest man?
yeah, I think so. The last year, Sweden's strongest man under 90 and Sweden's strongest man under 105
Hmm. And
was
then
fun.
what about best lift? What would you say is the best you've done? Is it like is it your deadlift, your press?
Mhm. I
What's
think my favorite lift is the log lift,
mm,
but I'm really good at all pressing events. I've done close to 160 on the log. I've done 153 on the axle and 100 on the dumbbell.
yeah, well, that's
So
interesting.
yeah,
Do you know what the world record is for under 90 in log lift?
167.
Oh, wow. So you're getting close.
Yeah,
So you competed in under 90 and won last year, and you also competed in 105. So what's your current body weight? What's your weight right now?
I weigh around 91, 92 kilograms. So it's not a
Whoa.
big weight cut for me to go down to 90.
Whoa,
Uh,
that's
when I competed in 105, I went up to 96 kilograms. But then I felt fat. I don't know if I was very much stronger at 96 than I was at 92.
whoa, that's surprising. I was expecting you to say that you were like 100 kilos and you would have to cut
No.
so much. Whoa, that's interesting. So if we move into Stavtjørn specifically, it's yeah, as I mentioned in the introduction, it the competition has 9 events. What would you say is then your best event? So you said pressing in general
Yeah,
is your best,
it's
but in this competition you have a couple of them.
I, the axle and the dumbbell. I think
Yeah,
I I will win those events unless I mess up.
yeah.
Um, then yeah, I think I'm good in a lot of the events, but the axle and the dumbbell are gonna be
Yeah, so
events.
I've already interviewed a couple of athletes, which yeah, you can see on my YouTube, and one of them predicted that the winner result on the axle, the circus dumbbell repetitions would be approximately between 8 and 10. So would that be
Yeah.
something you're aiming for if you say you're looking to win this event?
I think I will be able to do more than 10. I was thinking like 11 or 12,
Yeah,
but I'm hoping I don't have to do that many. So
yeah,
I'm hoping to go out late and know that I only have to do 8, 9, or 10. I think 8 to 10 would be a really good result, top 3, absolutely. But I think I can do more if I have to.
yeah. So if we go into the other end, we talked about your best event. What would you say is the event you look least forward to?
The frame hold.
The frame hold.
I'm lacking in grip strength, I think.
Okay.
That's my weakest event. But I'm working a lot on it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll do badly, but it's going to be my worst event.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know what you would be aiming for? Because I was actually going to ask you about because we did this event 2 years ago in Stavtjørn, the same weight and the same apparatus, and we
Wasn't it heavier?
no, that was
I was
last
also.
year. That was last year.
Okay.
But 2 years ago they had the same.
Mm.
And that time, Hans Jørgen from Norway won it with 52 seconds with 250 kilos. And
I,
he's been pretty dominant in Norway. Like he's never not won a grip event. I think when it's like hold.
I don't know. I tried it out with 265 kilograms on the frame we have at our gym, which it doesn't have knurling, so I think it's a quite hard frame. And then I did 30 seconds with 265. So I think I should be between 40 to 50 seconds with 250.
Yeah, but then again, it's so usually many people will be able to like push through the pain if you
Yeah,
have if you have a mark to beat.
yeah.
But
Easier if you know what you're aiming for.
yeah, I think this one doesn't have knurling either. But last year they did like just a sports tape around the grip. But yeah, that depends. I know for a couple of them, the sports tape was like it was disappearing and it almost got slippery from it. So yeah, I don't know what I would prefer myself. But okay, so that would be the one you're looking forward to the least. What about the competition in general? Is it like anything you you're also not looking forward to? What about competing in the environment? You look forward to try out like the uneven surface and the nature and
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool concept with the nature and up in the
Mhm.
mountains. I would prefer to compete in like an arena or
Yeah,
on even ground, but yeah, it's gonna be fair for everyone. So
yeah. What's your expectation on your own performance in general, like the whole competition?
I think I'll win
You think you
the
win?
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I mentioned in the first video I made about the competition that yeah, I would say you're the favorite to win. But now in the last interview before this one, I talked to the winner of the two last years, and he said he still felt, even though like he looked into you, he still felt he was the man to beat. So I think that will be interesting.
Yeah.
See you competing, going up against each other. So the last event is sandbag over bar, and it's a last man standing, almost like the stone over bar in World's Strongest Man heats.
Yeah.
Like you have third place against second place, and even though if it's like 10 points between them, it's possible for the third place to take the win. And here it's the same. So if you're in eighth place and you come into the event, you're actually able to climb up the ladder. So what's your thoughts on this last event? Do you think it's like unfair for it to play such a huge role, or do you think it's fair because you got information so early?
I think it's fair. I will say I'm not a big fan of the rule that the last event will decide the whole competition. But I also don't think it will matter a lot, especially for the top athletes. Because I don't think, fourth place, for example, will be able to beat third and second, because all of them will be very strong.
Yeah.
So I don't think it will change the standings that much in the top. I think it will be more extreme in the bottom.
Yeah.
So I think it will be fair.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and it's one of those on beforehand. I think it will be interesting, and it most likely it won't be any big hiccups. But then again, maybe afterwards we will change our minds.
Yeah.
So, what about when you arrive in Stavtjørn? Are you staying on the cabin there, or are you staying in the city and hotel, or?
I haven't booked anything yet, but me and Niklas Lindroth, who is also flying from Sweden, we're gonna be flying, and we're gonna be staying at a hotel somewhere as close as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our plan.
I see. And you say you would expect to win the axle. So what would you say the axle winner weight would be?
I don't know.
Have you tried like lifting outside with no?
I'm gonna try next week outside on grass.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't feel that much different, I think I'll be able to do 160 if I have to. Because I know it was 5 kilo jumps, so 150 I think will be pretty safe. And then if I will be able to win with 155, I'll do that instead of 160. Yeah. But it also depends. I'm hoping Josh Lancaster will push me to do 160.
Yeah.
Because that will also break the Swedish 105 record. If I could do it in a company. So it's 155 is the Swedish 105 record.
Yeah. Okay. I actually think that on the axle, after looking at your technique, I don't think the grass would be the biggest role. I think the biggest thing would be just to stand in open air. Like the only thing when you're looking like in front of you, it's like mountains and then just open air in the heaven. So I think that would be the biggest practice like usually you lift inside and then you have something to coordinate from. So I think the biggest thing you'd have to practice is just the coordination when you don't have anything to look.
I think it would be harder for the guys who split jerk.
Yeah, I think so. So we're getting to the end. So the last event we talked about, what would you base your choice on when you get to choose between the 100 or 120 kilo bag? Like if you are in the lead and like Stian is in second and he comes in, you're allowed to choose which bag you should use.
Yeah.
What would you base your choice on when you decide?
I don't see any reason to pick the lighter bag, honestly.
Yeah, you just want to get on with it.
Yeah, and I mean, if he was tired, the 120 bag would be harder as well. I don't want to have to do a lot more reps with the lighter bag. So I think the heavier bag would be my choice either way.
Yeah. What do you think though about 9 events and competing 2 days in a row? have you done that before? Competed 2 days in a row, or
Yeah.
yeah?
I have done a competition in Finland, which was 2 days in a row, but that was 8 events, so it was 4 the first day and 4 the second day.
Yeah, that's still. I think the biggest part of it is to like some are used to just competing one day, and then the day two they wake up and they feel bad, like the body is
Yeah.
so bad. So just being used to that physical, psychic aspect, waking up the next morning and
Yeah.
being ready to go again.
Yeah.
So just to finish off, what's your general thoughts about the competition? Are you preparing to it just as a one of all the 22 you've done, or how are your general thoughts about this competition? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you can I don't know if you have other ways to qualify for official strongman, expect of the online qualifier,
I
but
have already qualified for the official Strongman Games World Championships. I qualified for Sweden Strongest Man.
Okay.
And I'm qualifying to the European Championships for the online qualifier.
I see. Yeah,
so I don't know how that would work if I win. If the second place get the invite or
yeah. So you're just here for money.
yeah, basically. And also it's fun to compete.
Yeah, indeed. Do you think about the? I saw it was like you would be paid for event wins. Would that be something you would think about? Like, I mean, you want to win every event, of course, but is that one thing you would push through and have in your mind that like event win would also make you money?
Yeah, if it's an event I think I can win. I mean, some events I think I will be good enough for top 5, and then it wouldn't really matter if I came third or second because it's about overall points at the end.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Usually, someone would maybe do like damage control. Imagine the uh, sandbag carry for max distance, right? It's the first event of 9 events, and imagine you going out like second to last, and you see that the whole field is on like 50 meters, but then the first place is on 110 meters. So that's what I mean. If you would maybe do like damage control, or
I would go 50 meters and then decide if I think I had 60 more meters without being too hard.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Okay, Victor. I mean, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on, and I wish you good luck in Stavtjørn.